If you notice, we've got our palette out, and we normally use 8 colors, but I bought some more color the other day, and this color was so beautiful that I've got other colors than that, but it was a sky blue, and I thought, man, I'm just going to use that. So we're going to start out with the sky blue today. Come over to the canvas, and we'll get started. I'm starting out with a little 1-inch brush here. Isn't that a pretty color? Wow! Now what we probably will do here, I love that color. You may see a lot of that from now on. All we're doing now is just getting the canvas covered. We just want to get some color on there. And what we'll do, we'll go a little bit over the building. And we won't worry about it. And we'll bring it all the way down to there somewhere. Now I've just got my 1-inch brush, and I'm sort of blending it a little bit now. We're going to come back just in a second and put a little bit of white in there. There's an old hair coming out of the brush. That's a beautiful color, and you can blend and blend and blend, but we're not going to blend it too much because we want to leave the sky with a little action in it. Okay, I'm going to rinse that brush out real quick. I'm going to throw it over here on the pile. I'm going to grab up another one. Hey, let's grab a little one here. This is a 1/2-inch brush. Okay. Now, what I've done, if you notice what I'm doing actually, I'm just coming right in behind the little building and just dabbing a little white in there, okay? And that'll more or less outline our little building, you see. Then when we get through doing that, you can't hardly help but look at it, right? Did you see what I've done? I just cram it into the white and then just cram it into the canvas, right? And I'm brushing the bottom out. That way you don't have to go back and blend the bottom of the Okay, I'm going to say that's about it. What do you think? Wasn't that quick? And where's that brush out? Okay, let me grab, this is a picture, I showed you at the beginning. I painted this a long time ago, and we're just actually redoing it on a larger canvas. I'm going to set it right up here to get an idea. We probably won't use exactly the same colors, but some of those colors I like. Now I've got 3 whites out here, and the reason I have, of course, is simply because I don't want to get them all dirty. Now I grabbed up a little Van Dyke brown there. I'm going to grab a little yellow, maybe a little more, and a little red. Now I'm going to grab a little crimson, okay, just a touch. And that gives it sort of that color right under the barn there. I'm going to put a little more of that in it. That's the color that I want. Okay, let's put a little color on the canvas. Wipe that off a little bit. I'm going to grab up another brush, but this time I'm going to get a flat. I'm going to grab a pretty good size one. That's a good size one there. I'm going to rinse it out a little bit. And then I'm going to grab a little color. Now we may put a little greenery in here too, but basically I just want to get some color on the canvas. You know, a lot of times after we leave the show, we'll do a lot of extra work on a canvas. And a lot of times on canvas maybe that I've done years ago, I'll go back and I'll see something, let me add something in that, and I'll add something in it. So what I'm telling you is this, what I may do one day is show you some paintings that we done on the show that we went on to do other things with. Now I'm going to pick that canvas up a little bit. I'm going to move this, okay. I'm going to set it right over there just in case we need to go back to it. I'm going to drop this thing down, set my canvas up a little bit so I can get to the bottom of it. Now, you don't have to go around everything the way I'm doing, because when you come back you can actually paint over the top of the color that you put on there. But just for the sake of argument today. Now, back in here, you can just pull something up like this if you want to. And I'm just taking the brush and pulling up, just making some, I guess you'd call it fall colors there. Now I'm going to go right along this line. Put all this color in there. I like that color. I'm going to go back in here with some dark color, but I won't do that right now. I'll go ahead and finish this. Just covering the canvas right now. All this will probably be detailed with a little bit different colors. Not sure what yet. This back in here is almost the same color. Probably would be a little more shadow on it back in here. And we'll reflect that probably in a few minutes. Well, right there's some right now. Now, if you notice, I didn't start on the barn. I normally would do that, but I wanted to get some color down here and give us an idea of what colors that we're going to use on the barn, okay? Just filling in color, don't matter. Okay. That probably needs to be a lot darker than that in spots, and which we will do. I'm going to grab a little of this Van Dyke brown. You use any color brown. I just like Van Dyke because it's such a dark, beautiful color. I'm trying to get it covered, make sure that when we put our detail in there. Now if you notice, as I paint, you can still see the outline, and that's the advantage of doing a good drawing. Now we can put more detail back in there later if we decide to. I'm going to come down here and make it a little bit darker. And I'm not looking at the other painting now. I'm not trying to copy it exactly, although there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great way to do art. Leonardo da Vinci did it. All the masters did it. Matter of fact, some of them painted the same painting over and over. Now, if you notice, I just put a little darker color right in that area. Just for shadow effects. And I went and picked up a little sap green there, if you see what we did. I want a little darker right in here too. Okay, that's about it with the basic colors. I'm going to go ahead and start on their barn. Now I'm going to use a technique that we've touched on a little bit. It's a dry brush effect. Let me rinse that brush out. Now I could use that brush. It's a good size. I want one almost that big, and I'll show you why. I haven't used that in a while. Well, I'm going to have to drop back and pull it, I guess. Let's try, this one's good enough. It's big enough. I'm going to rinse it out. Now what we're going to do is mix up some color for our barn. Now what colors do you want to use? Well, I like the old grayish wood colors. So let's start out with that. In order to do that, I'm going to grab a little, this is Payne's Gray. This is white, of course. That's a pretty good barn color right there. But what I'm going to add to it, and I put it right close to this earth color to just pick up a little bit. I'm going to add just a touch of alizarin crimson. Now that should be our light side. Let's try it and see. Okay, I'm going to grab my brush again. I'm going to fill it real good, real full. Now, all our light side should be with this color. And what I'm using is the tip of the brush, and I'm brushing the color in real good. It's sort of called a dry brush effect. Now I'm going completely over the drawing. You see how pretty that is? It gives you a real good effect. And I've already got all my detail in it, you see. Although you could come back and put more detail in it. Now we're going to use the same color except darker. In order to do that, I'm going to grab a little bit more Payne's Gray, mix just a little bit right here. And I'm going to grab a little bit of Persian blue. Not sure that's dark enough for a shadow side, but let's give it a shot and see what it looks like. Fill the brush up with that. Go right on the dark side. Now I'm purposely not going down into this, although I want some of that color up in it in a minute. Now that's close to what I want, but we'll probably put a little more darker color in there. And I went right in there with a little bit of that darker color on the light side. Okay, a little more dark. I think I'm going to make it a little bit darker back in here. So let me grab a little bit more Payne's Gray. About like that. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but it doesn't take a lot of color to do a painting like this. Let's see if that's dark enough. I'll probably make it a little bit darker later on, but right now that's good. And if you notice, I'm getting in areas that you shouldn't be able to get with this size brush. But early on, I learned that the bigger brush you use, it makes your work a little better because you learn that you can do it faster with this kind of brush. Fast is not always good, but when you're doing our show, it is. Okay, now this has got some brown in it, and I like that. I'll probably put a little green down there. Now I'm using that real dark color down here. A little bit more. Okay, that's pretty good, but I'll tell you what I want. Let me show you. Right on the edge, I want to define it a little more. Does that look better? And we'll have to have some dark under there. Now if you notice I went right over the top of the door because it'd be real easy to put that back in. Now this line should be dark. Probably should use a smaller brush on this line. I want it a little darker yet, right in there. That done it, didn't it? I want a little darker yet right there. And right there. I'm just going in straight Payne's gray. All right. Now I'm going to do a real quick roof job. Clean that out a little bit, wipe that off. Now I need some rusty metal. Let's put it right here. I think I want it rusty. Let's see how that plays out. That might be, I need another brush. I need a smaller one. Come around here, come around. That's a perfect one, I think. Wash him out just a little bit. I don't know, it feels a little funny. Let's try it in here. I'm filling it up right on the end really good. Now, here, we probably don't want to make it solid. That's maybe a little red. Let's tone that down just a touch. And we'll put just a touch of blue in it. Whoops, might have got too much. I think I did. I know I did. Let's try a little bit of that though. That's real dark. That's not too bad. Now I'm not trying to cover it solid. I just want to make the indication. Like that, you see. Okay, I want to do the top side now. Let's do this little thing real quick. I think I can do it laying this way. Need a little more reddish. There it is. Yeah, that's a little better. Same way here. Now, I'm not sure that I want to leave that area white there, but just in a second I'll show you what I want to do with it. I'm going to make it just a little redder. Okay. That's close to what we want, but I want a little bit of that color in this also. Just to give it that cast. Okay, I'm gonna rinse that brush out. You know what? We've only got a half of a minute. Real quickly, I was gonna put just a little bit of this in there. I guess we better call it a day. Jim will get all over us. Okay. Hey, we've enjoyed being with you today. Hope you come back and be with us next week. Hopefully we'll finish the little painting next week. Goodbye. God bless. Hey, welcome everyone. Glad you joined us today. Welcome to our studio, and we appreciate you coming by. Come over to the canvas, we'll show you what we've been working on, and maybe we'll finish it up in a little while here. Okay, when we left you, we was working on the